So, you're a skinny hard gainer. You're a slim man, slim boy, if you will. You cannot put on muscle, nor can you put on fat. You might even be skinny fat. But there's solutions to these things. You might think you're doomed. You might think, oh my God, I'm lost forever. Forever skinny. Not true. That is simply not true. There are cures. There are, like I said, solutions. I am here as someone in the recovery process from being the hard gainer, skinny fat fellow, here to bring my advice of how I've achieved the recovery process. Am I recovered? Not completely, but I am recovering, which is being better than I was before, less skinny and less fat than before, less skinny than before. So I would give advice also on how to like lose fat, but like obviously I have that information because like I've been learning stuff for a long time about this, but like I have personal experience and personal close-up advice on how to lose the skinny fat build. It will not be a build that you will have to possess anymore if you stick to these things with discipline. Without discipline, you don't just click out the video, don't try. First thing, you gotta eat. You have to. You're like, I've heard so many skinny people are like, I eat so much, so many calories, but it doesn't matter. My answer will always be the same. You need to eat more calories. If it's still not, I don't care if you drink 10,000 calorie shakes on the daily and you drink 100 of them, drink 200. It's literally no matter what you say, if you can't put on weight and you have something to say about how you eat so many calories, my answer will always be the same. You need to eat more. I don't care at what your response would be. You literally it's as simple as you need to eat more. It will always be the same answer. Now, if you're skinny fat, so what I did, I was skinny fat, right? I didn't like being the fat part, right? I was like, I don't want to be skinny, but like I'm willing to, be a little skinny. So what I did, I don't quite recommend this. This is more of like a perspective thing. I chose to just get myself skinny. And then I started I lost the fat part. I was just skinny. And then and now I'm just getting fat. So, now if you're skinny fat, you do what I did. Just eat less and starve yourself and get really, really, really small. Or you can just eat more and then start working out. You have to do all this while working out. If you're not working out less than 5 days a week, or you can do 4. I can't argue with that. But you can do preferably 5, in my opinion. Preferably 5. Take your rest days, of course. You have to be working out during all of this. And if you're a nincompoop who is in let's say you're trying to bulk up from being small, right? And you're like, well, I'm in the gym, so I'm going to go on the treadmill. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's just going to put you back into not a calorie surplus. You're going to be in a deficit again. You're not helping yourself. Even if you were still in the surplus, even after running, it's going to mess up your workout. And it's because all the glycogen or whatever, it's going to mess up all that. You don't want that to happen, do you? No, you don't. So, don't run if you're trying to put on weight. I mean, you can. You definitely can. It's probably good for your, cholesterol or whatever. But, in my experience, I did run because I did track. But I didn't like it. My progress went once I started, running. So, if you really want to commit to, putting on weight, you have to not run. Also, you have to be not afraid of being fat. I think even if you start out in the gym, I'd say 98% of the people who start out in the gym and say they don't want to get too bulky, that's going to change. I started out, I just wanted to look like freaking not skinny fat. I just wanted to just be skinny. And I was like, I don't want to look like those big chunky bodybuilders. But now I want nothing more. So, anyways, don't be afraid of getting fat, because it's like an investment. Because if you bulk with the intention of cutting eventually, or like lowering your surplus to where you don't look obese, or letting the bulk get too far, I think that's a good thing. It's literally an investment, right? Like, I'm bulking right now hard so that my cut can be even better. It might be harder, but I'm willing to put in that work to make it harder. You have to bulk hard and cut okay to have a good physique. And I think that's the main advice I can give. And also, when you're in that calorie surplus, I don't care if you're cutting or you're bulking or you're doing whatever first. You need to think about what is in the calories you put in. Because you can always argue calories in, calories out. Yeah, that's where you get the surplus and deficit from. But it's also how you're fueling your body. Because I could consume 5,000 calories a day. Now, what if I did that and I only consumed like 10 grams of protein and the rest of it was all carbs and fat? Now, what if I did the same amount of calories, but I had like 150 grams of protein in there, and then some carbs and all that? There's gonna be a difference there. Because you can say calories in, calories out, but then you're just getting fat and then no muscle with it. You want to get, if you're bulking, you don't want to bulk just to get fat. You want to bulk to get big muscles. That's kind of the point, because your body is better at building muscles while it's bulking. It's not so good at it while you're cutting, but it'll still do it depending on how hard you're cutting and what you're putting in your body while you're cutting. There's a difference there. So make sure that you're putting the good stuff in your body. Now, also when you're bulking, you have the options of dirty bulking and lean bulking. I don't care which whether you do, as long as you're putting the right stuff in your body. And like, in a perfect world, I would lean bulk. Alas, that's expensive, and I'm a poor man. So I go to McDonald's because I can't afford to go lean grocery shopping every single week to get more food. And all that stuff's expensive, no matter where you go. So, anyways, what was I saying? That's my advice. That's my advice. And remember, if you're cutting, don't starve yourself, because the more that your body is going to get that food inside you eventually. No matter how hard you try to keep it from yourself, you're either going to die or it's going to get in you eventually, and you're going to feel worse about it. Either way, those calories are making themselves their way to you. So at least give your body the fuel it needs to do body stuff. You can cut super hard, like you're going to the freaking Olympia when you're in 10th grade and just want abs, but you are probably going to hurt yourself if you do that long term. That's not something that I would throw around lightly. I think the diet while cutting has to be very important. You have to do things in moderation. I don't want anyone trying to lose fat in 2 weeks because they're going to the beach and then they just cut all food from their life. Your body needs it. Your mind needs it. Your mind runs off of carbs, pretty much. Like that one Fall Guy said. You need food to do stuff. You won't be alive to go to the freaking beach, or in any state to go to the freaking beach to look good, when you're freaking in the hospital because you didn't freaking eat. Alright? So that's the realest note I can get there for you on that. It's just don't be dumb. Bulking and cutting and main gaining, all three, they're not that hard. They're a pretty simple concept, but make sure that you're still being smart about how you go about it, and make sure that you understand what you're gonna do in the future. Obviously, if I bulked forever, I'd get pretty big, but I'd never look as good as I would if I didn't do a little cut here and then. And that's just how it is. That's just reality. And I was so afraid I was so afraid to bulk when I started, because I just got skinny, but I was so afraid to bulk because I didn't want to look bad. I wanted to have a six-pack so the girls would like me, And I didn't want to lose that because how many people started in the gym because they wanted a six-pack? A good solid 80% of boys watching. So honestly, just be smart. And I wasn't smart. I made so many bad decisions because I just wanted to look good. And once I learned to pick up the fork, I got bigger. Even I was still lean, but I ate more, and I got stronger. I looked better, and I just felt better. The feeling of I'm not exactly very lean right now. I am like mid bulk right now, and that sucker's gonna go till like March because I need it. But just when you bulk, know how you're gonna handle it when the time comes that you should maybe stop. Because it will get to a point, if you remain in that surplus, it will get to a point where it might become more harm than good, right? And it's the same thing with the cut. If you take it too far, it's more harm than good, because you will lose muscle if you get too deep into it and your body doesn't know what to do with it. Once it runs out of anything else, it's going to start taking your muscle away. That's why a lot of bodybuilders, when they get to their peak week, they start losing muscle if they're not reminding their body what it has its muscle for. And you can't just tell your muscles, yeah, you got to stay there because I'm going to come back to bulking after the show. They don't know that. Your muscles are dumb, so you have to be smart. Remember that. I kind of started this video off of a whim. I didn't have much of an idea else of where I was going with this. I knew I was going into the gym after this. I think I'm going to film a couple clips for you guys here. I think I do have a little bit of a French toast recipe I want to share. It's inspired off of Noel's video. His French toast recipe. I think I'm going to show some of that tomorrow morning when I make it before work. And then I think that'll be kind of a wrap for this video. I kind of just want to sit in here in my car before before the gym, and just share some personal wisdom on dieting and bulking and cutting when you come from a bad starting place. Yeah. I know I'm gonna get crap from someone somewhere out there about how that workout montage was 90% posing, 10% working out. I promise to God my workout was longer than that. I try to do my best to keep other people out of the video, because like I try to be somewhat respectful here. But there was just like so many people showed up at like the right time of freaking like 9. And I was like, come on, dude. So well, and I'm also like new to recording the gym, and I'm like kind of uncomfortable with it. So I was trying, and I also don't have a cameraman, so I have to like concoct these like weird angles and setups to like record. I'm like freaking setting up my phone on the Booty Builder to try to record some tricep extensions while there's a guy on the other side of it, like on a machine on the other side, looking at my camera thinking I'm recording him. And I'm like, hey, I'm not recording you. I'm recording me. And then on the other side of me, there's another guy who's looking at me through the mirror. I'm like, come on, dude. So, anyways, you know what? This video wasn't even worth. This video is not about me. It's about you. Anyways, so who really cares about my workout montage? I want to see yours. I want you to post a YouTube video and send me it so I can watch you. Because I like that, but not like that way. But I like watching people work out because it's cool. Yeah. So that was that. I did I did benching. That's one of the things I didn't get. I got incline bench, but I didn't get benching in there. So I did bench, and then I did an incline bench. I got some of that in there. I got my freaking warm-up sets. And then I did like every variation of tricep extension that exists. And then I did like tricep. No, push down is the one where you go down. Extension is the one where you go up. I did extensions and then every variation of pull downs. And then I did like a single set of skull crushers, and then my tennis elbow said no. So I did a single set of skull crushers, and that was kind of it. I was thinking about doing dips, and then I was like, if I couldn't do skull crushers, I probably couldn't do dips. So I decided to not do those. So anyways, that was that. I'm going to catch you guys in the morning time and teach you how to make some protein French toast. So you want to learn how to make protein French toast because you believe that weight gain is not a myth. So first, very easy thing to make. First, you're going to need bread. Bread is a necessity in making the toast. You're going to want some cinnamon because that helps with digestion and flavor. Sugar because it tastes good. Some butter to butter it. And you're going to take milk. You're going to put it in something that the bread can like oil itself up in. And you need an egg, which also plays into the protein. So so what you do, take the egg, crack it, put it in the bowl, and then you also fill it up with a 1/4 cup of milk. And then you whisk that sucker until it says uncle. That's the recycling. And for the protein purposes here, you pretty much just toss your favorite protein powder inside of this here bowl that will be lathering up the bread. The milk is a necessity because it's used to pretty much give something for the bread to soak up in. And then if you really don't do that, it'll kind of just be like weird. So my protein of choice today is Superhuman PB and Gains, which is a really weird choice for this, but it's also because it's the only protein powder I have right now. I have used the Rise peanut butter for this a lot, but I just recently ran out. So I skedaddled my little self all the way to GNC to get this. So once you have that in there, make sure to add your little bit of cinnamon there and some sugar. All the magic in this process is in this bowl. There's no magic anywhere else. All the magic in the bowl. Since my protein scooper has the size to be able to fit King's mess in it, if you know what I mean, I'm adding 2 servings. 2 servings, I'd say, in my experience, 1 serving of this usually gets me around 3 to 5 slices. So, yeah. Meal prepping French toast is weird because, like,
I don't know, in my experience of trying to reheat French toast, it never tastes as good as when you just made it. So I guess I'm going to be eating a lot of protein French toast here. But it's worth it. And once you've made a mess of yourself, you just give the bread a little whoosh and little whoosh. And then you put it on a pan on low, which I don't have ready. So I'm just gonna anywho, set her on the stove on low. Be patient. Not quite something that when you rush it, I didn't put butter on it. Hold up, hold on. Now that the pan is buttered up, I'm cranking her on high to get that. Now then, set the French toast on the low heated pan and wash the lid of your protein bowl that you set it on. Don't let her overcook too much. But overcooked is probably better than undercooked. And I think that'll wrap it up for this here video. I think I don't have much else to instruct or teach. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.